Hey everybody, what's going on? It's John Tubbs,
Keegan Lagerwell.
and we're Pay Screen and Beyond. So, for today's news, we got some really actually great news coming out of the comic book world where my favorite, Snake Eyes,
And my favorite, Rob Liefeld.
the creator of Deadpool, is making his own comic of Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe franchise.
Writing and illustrating.
And I can actually not be happier because this means that... Wait, does this mean that G.I. Joe is in the Marvel Universe? Or...
No, it's its own succinct
It's its
thing.
own thing.
Yeah, it's
But
comic, not movies.
since Deadpool is such a crazy character, do you think he'd make an appearance in the Snake Eyes comic?
I'd like to think that, because from what
Because
I've found
he's a
about Rob...
breaker.
Yeah, but Rob Liefeld has such renowned love for Snake Eyes. I think that this is its own thing. It's not
It's
not
gonna be
tying
its own.
into anything else that he's done in the past, not leading into anything he's doing in the future. I doubt this is going to have much tie-in with G.I. Joe, because it's called Snake Eyes Dead Game, and it's a Snake Eyes story. So
Yeah.
even though it takes place, you're much more likely to have a Joe cameo than a Deadpool cameo.
Good point. Yeah.
But even with that said, if they're not immediately tied to the character, you don't have to bring anyone from the G.I. Joe world into it.
It looks like he's gonna have his own villains and everything too. So this is his own story, his own side story.
Yeah. And Rob
So-
Liefeld's been quoted as saying that this is going to meet or exceed his recent work.
Good.
Yeah, so I mean, he has nothing but passion for it, and
Morty. So yeah, no, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it comes
they're
out
saying,
2020.
They're saying high octane, adrenaline fueled action and adventure. So I'm
Rob Liefeld, duh. Big old
I'm-
bucket of duh.
I've always wanted a Snake Eyes comic, and I can't believe it's actually happening from the Deadpool writer and creator. So
Yeah, he says it's a bucket list for him.
that is gonna be fucking dope. That means he's gonna just do whatever the fuck he wants. Really, he's just gonna make it and take no prisoners. Oh god damn it. Oh yeah, yep. Speaking of that, there's a new Lord of the Rings MMO coming out. I don't know if y'all have heard or seen the whispers of. Being produced by
Amazon. I'm really intrigued by this because Amazon is doing a TV show and a video game,
That's
but
right.
the two are not going to be related. They both take place
So they say,
long before
but-
the events of Lord of the Rings, and they're their own separate stories. So you can have the TV for one story, the video game for another story, and I mean with an MMO, it's likely going to be a little less story based and more just kind of character and quest driven. Free to play though on both PC and console.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, I mean they're putting their money where
kind
their
of
mouth is.
going for it.
Right.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be tons of in-game purchase options for skins of swords,
Abilities,
and,
whatever may have you.
Well, yeah, I hope that. Yeah.
This is developed by the people that made Warframe. If that gives you any
Yeah,
context.
which I haven't played any Warframe, but what I've seen of it,
I've dabbled.
it looks great. And Warframe actually just came out with a new trailer recently.
Well, it's a radically different type of game
Yeah.
from what I would expect out of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But I mean, that
I mean,
it's
I know
in
they've
competent hands. It's
they
not
did
in
Shadow of Mordor, which I loved. I played through that. That was great. And yeah, that was great. I love the way that they did the dynamic in that. I mean, they could have gone further, I think, with more time. But I do like what they did with that story and the just the game mechanics in general.
I mean,
it was
Middle Earth has so much history that
Yeah.
the fact that they're throwing it years before we know any of the characters,
Mhm.
you're still going to fall in love with whoever they put in front of you because it's such a captivating world.
exactly. No matter who they put in front of you, it's probably going to be
Wizards, dwarves, and
intensely
elves, I am
interesting.
down.
Yep, exactly. Get some orcs in there that we can throw some arrows at, and fucking I'll be happy. But I don't know. Amazon, no. I don't know if I want to be giving Amazon all of my money. With all this controversy that's been happening lately.
Free to play for the game.
But yeah, I understand. I'm excited to see what it's gonna happen. Yeah, if they're trying to become their own like gaming production company, I'm interested to see what else they do after this. Because this is like they're doing a show, which I think it'll be good, but how many people do you think it'll bring to their platform? Like, do you think it'll significantly bring like thousands of people?
Well, that's a tough conversation because right now we are kind of in the height of streaming wars.
Yeah.
So many different
We got
ones popping
Disney
up.
coming out.
Well,
we
and
got
HBO is on fucking top of it right now. Like, I keep asking people about, like, what's good, what should I watch, and everything, and, like, 80, if not more % of the answers come from HBO. So, I mean...
HBO and Netflix.
Amazon has to really put their best foot forward.
They have to
and
make
even then,
this,
it's kind of a crapshoot.
Yeah. They have to basically put this on par with Game of Thrones, which, at the same time, the Halo TV series has been quoted as the saying this is going to be our space Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, everyone just has to stay in their lane and excel at what they are going for. I mean, you can't compare yourself off of anyone else and expect to succeed.
Yeah, that's true. 100%.
You have to be the best Lord of the Rings you can be.
Exactly.
Not the next whatever.
Not the next competing to be whatever the hot topic of the day is.
Right.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Swinging back around to comics, though, we have recent news from early days of Comic-Con with there's two new runs of X-Men comics that even though they're going to be their own separate stories, they're going to be basically two sides of the same coin, going over similar events from different perspectives.
Was that the Phoenix thing that I saw?
Called House of X and Power of 10. I mean, it's an X, but the people behind it are calling it Power of 10.
Yeah.
And it's by Jonathan Hickman, who has been known for doing Fantastic Four. He's done Avengers. He's done S.H.I.E.L.D. And he's known for being a very heady writer in the sense that very complex themes and concepts, which is very much in X-Men's lane.
Yeah.
I've heard them talking about the fact that this could be redefining or better clarifying what we define as Omega level mutants, which is a really cool concept.
Okay.
I believe at least one of them is taking place in present day, so they are taking the tried and true mutant formula, and as always, they're bringing it to what are the hot button issues of what's going on right now.
Yeah. Interesting.
No, I'm definitely more.
The logo looks dope. It's just black with a red X with a circle around it, and then it's got a line through the X from top to bottom to top. But yeah, looks interesting.
Yeah, I'm more eager than pessimistic with this one. When you have good talent involved about a very in-depth world, there's so many options for you to jump around with.
Yeah.
Taking that from the completely, household name to completely obscure, there's a brand new series from DC coming out called Collapser.
Yeah.
It's this dude named Liam James, and he works in a nursing home, has a relationship, but he's riddled with anxiety. So
sounds oddly familiar.
Yeah, well, and you'll like this, escape from everything is he gets consumed by music. So he's got this once a week DJ gig that kind of grounds him, brings him back down. And one day he receives in the mail a black hole. And
wait.
Oh, yeah. In the mail.
In a box?
Yeah, that gets shipped to his house, like, directly to him.
So what happens when he opens the box?
It attaches itself to his chest and gives him superpowers, and with it he starts developing fame and celebrity and gets drawn into this intergalactic conflict. And that's the whole point of this, is the fact that where did it come from? Who sent it to him? Why him? What's the end game and purpose here? But you have such an obscure, weird concept of, if anyone knows a black hole, obviously it's not getting sent to a house, obviously it's not getting attached to your chest or giving you superpowers.
Who has the capability of putting a black hole into a box and sending it to a person?
Right. And I
for
think it's
a reason, and what reason would it be?
More of a character piece, I feel, because you have such an, like, I mean, it's going to be visually stunning. You can't have black holes and not have some kind of outstanding spectacle. With that said, I think that dealing with a guy who's struggling with his relationships and, feeling very insecure, getting celebrity and power. How much does it corrupt? How much does he lose himself? What is it going to take to regain himself?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a very interesting character piece.
Does he
with
need
a
the black
laughable
does he need the
concept.
black hole to be who he really wants to be?
Time will tell. I'm interested in Collapser. They're on issue 1 right now, and I would definitely check it out.
Well, I definitely will. That sounds like a good fucking series.
Right. Talking
let's
about
see.
relatable and really obscure at the same time.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this Madness in the Method? Jason Mewes is
Oh yeah,
directorial
I
debut.
did see that. Yeah, I saw
Jason-
the trailer for that.
Jason Mewes playing Jason Mewes.
playing Jason Mewes, having Jason Mewes problems.
And then going through the most
And then,
ridiculous means of
of
trying
course,
to fix it.
Yeah, being a Jay and Silent Bob type movie, there's just ridiculous stuff that happens throughout the movie. I did see that.
Cameos
It's-
abound, too.
so
It's got a
cameos are everywhere.
Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah, cameos are everywhere. Yeah, yeah. Is that Stan Lee's last cameo?
Pretty sure.
Damn.
No, I
But
love,
yeah,
love Jason Mewes to death. I think that this is a perfect directorial debut from him. Everything I've been hearing is that people worked with him very well.
Yeah.
I mean, he has friends in the business,
He
but
just-
not just having friends. He has a vision of what he wants. I
He
mean,
has just like a
he's
goofy
creating art around
style.
his life.
Yeah, he's just has a goofy style, and he's just sticking to what he knows. And I don't know. Did you ever watch? There was a series on Netflix a long time ago where it was like these kids in a school like find a book of evil, and like he's the janitor. I'm trying to remember. Look at his IMDb. But no, he was really great in that. I think he like played God basically in the show, and it was a really interesting. Like he was Jason Mewes, but like very zen. Like he was more like Hyde from that '70s show. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't get a lot of work, but I'd watch Jason Mewes read the fucking phone book. You know what I mean? Like, he is a cool dude that is captivating. I
Yeah.
mean, he draws your attention. Hopefully that this directorial debut does get him out of the Snoochie Boochies lane.
Jason, not Momoa, Mewes. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Clerics, of course, Dogma.
Which is going to be really funny if this does extremely well, and then turn around and have a
He was
new
in The
Jay and
Flash,
Silent
that's
Bob
right,
come out.
yeah.
It's like, all right, you put in all this footwork to be able to get yourself to be that credible actor that you want to be. Now go back to Snoochie Boochies.
Yeah. Todd in the Book of Pure Evil. That's what it is.
Nice.
Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
Ooh, talking about pure evil though. You got anything else on Method of the Madness, or
No, I'm excited to see it.
this next one has me so excited?
I'm definitely gonna watch it. I love his shit because it always like it looks really like all of his movies kind of look like really independently made, obscure, just kind of like stoner movies, but they end up having like the biggest lesson in them and making you laugh like an idiot the whole way through.
Well, like we said with the Lord of the Rings things, if you know how to stay in your lane,
Yeah.
like he does,
Yep.
you can excel at what your pocket is.
Exactly, and make a legend of yourself doing exactly what you like doing.
Yeah,
That's a lesson for all y'all kids out there. Do what you love, and
The
do it.
rest will follow.
Do it to the best of your ability that you can, and just like sink your nails into your craft, and you'll do good.
Hell yeah.
That's what Elon Musk is doing.
Ooh.
Kind of going for the beyond a little early, but
Paint a picture here.
so we're all familiar with Elon Musk.
Real life Iron Man.
Real life Iron Man, for better or worse. He's like the guy.
Doom, we'll see.
He's the guy that's in the forefront of technology that pushes the boundaries of technology. It's a weird way of phrasing it, I know, but it's true. He's building rockets, he's baking cars, making cars, electric cars, digging tunnels, but this one worries me because a few reasons.
So this being,
So Elon Musk has a company now that is researching chips that are easily implantable into your brain, into places of your brain that control certain things, motor functions, moving your hands, speaking, blinking, memory, cognition, so on and so forth.
and the purpose of these chips are to be able to operate your technology, correct?
His team has developed basically, yes, an interface, a brain-computer interface where they stitch fibers, metal, like, not metal, well, basically metal fibers. They're like third the size, like third or like super smaller than a human hair. They're basically implanting wires into your brain between blood vessels so that they don't like puncture your brain in any like serious way. Like they know they've mapped out like certain neurons and certain connections in a certain part of the brain, and then if they put the wires there and connect it to their like wireless Bluetooth device, basically, that you could control your TV, your computer, your phone, your car.
I have a sneaking suspicion that you and I are going to be on opposite sides of this
with
conversation.
Your brain. Now, this, I mean, obviously the worry is that someone could hack it and then just explode your brain from the inside. Mm-hmm. That's the ultimate worry. Like,
can I
just
tell you
straight
why this
up
is
mind,
laughable for me?
or just straight up mind control, where someone hacks it and like gets you to like move your arm and stab yourself in the neck.
I mean, there's gonna be a legitimate concern. Let me tell you why this is like absurd to me. That
I've watched the whole presentation though, so
well, Elon Musk is credited for saying, "Fear the robot future."
Yes.
So it's like he works in tandem with technology.
Yes.
But fears technology becoming sentient.
Yes.
Yet he wants to put technology in your brain.
Into your brain, so that here's
he's
the argument.
To build Skynet while warning you against Skynet.
Here's the argument
Elon
I'm
Musk
making.
Turns out to be an android, I would not be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he already has one of these in his head.
I mean, this isn't the newest technology. Like,
no,
there
it's
are
not.
people
They've
that
been
have
doing it,
implants in their heads today
for being deaf and like.
Well, that and like their key cards to be able to get into doors.
Yep, the
so
RFID chips and stuff. But what? Okay, so
you're worried about having motor functions controlled, which is a legitimate fear. But I think that
I'm also worried about being able to like the government being able to read your mind, literally. Literally. Being able to like literally read the feedback from your brain and just have a computer decipher it and figure out what you're thinking. You're thinking it in real time.
This is going to be a very hot take, but it's 2019. Privacy is on its way out.
True.
Privacy's been on its way out.
I get that, but my concern.
Transparency does not concern me.
It's not. No. It's not.
Definitely a concern for sure.
It's what. Yeah. What would the government or people? Let's say this. Okay.
Give you Facebook ads in your head?
No. What my worry is that you have like. Obviously, they're going to be selling this as like health. Like they're going to give it to people who are like paralyzed or can't speak, and they can like basically learn how to speak. it will stimulate the part of the brain that will allow a person who can't speak to speak.
Mhm.
Possibly even if their vocal cords are not there. Now, what they're going to sell this as a great thing, but they're like, what I trust Elon Musk for a lot of things, but putting a chip into my brain kind of crosses a line. Now, if you had a device where it was like a Bluetooth earpiece and you wore like both of them and it just read your brainwaves and weren't able to like change anything but just read them, and then you could control things. They already have that. They already have those headbands. I've seen them at like CES and like those like technology conventions and stuff.
I'm all for advancement. Nothing about this
I'm
has
totally
me too worried.
I'm excited for it because it's going to open up a lot of things. However, it's also going to open up a lot of bad things. And I don't like. I'm trusting of Elon because he seems to know what he's doing in a way, but I think even Elon and his teams are not going to be able to predict some of the baddest
The
things
applications.
that
you
could
could have the
happen from
noblest
this.
intentions,
Yes.
and it's about how your hardware is being utilized.
What I think Elon Musk's intention is to give the human brain an interface with machines so that if a machine tries to
That seems so backwards to me.
like take over, that we would be able to control it because like in some way. I don't know. That's the only like kind of rationale that I can think of.
A door can be
Like,
open from both
'cause
sides.
he is-
Realistically, if you're
yeah.
worried about
He is
alien
thinking,
or robots taking over your mind and using that same technology that they could use to take you over, to take them over, it's who pulls the trigger first. You know what I mean? It's a cold war of intelligence.
yeah.
And I'm kind of about it. Listen, man, I will always advocate for the rights of our artificial brothers. Realistically,
Let's put it this way. I'm going to wait about 10 to 15 years before I even start considering getting this operation. You feel me?
Mhm.
Let's wait it out. If not, maybe like 15 years.
it's not like this is going to be a household product anytime soon.
They're trying to get human subjects like next year. And they're trying to make it like commercially available by like 2025, 2030.
There's kind of legitimate fear in John's eyes right now, and I don't know how to process it. Because I get it.
They're trying
but
to be
at the
like
same time, it's
Have you seen the presentation at all?
yeah. Oh yeah.
They're like trying to be the Apple of brain implants. Now, that worries me because what are we experiencing right now with our iPhones?
I don't know. I'm Android.
What are you experiencing right now with your smartphone?
Limitless connection to the world.
Yes. But also your location is always on.
Again, privacy does not concern me. If you're not,
I guess, yeah, if you're not concerned about privacy, then
if you're not fucking up, you have nothing to worry about.
I'm just like I'm calling it. I'm gonna call it right now.
Please.
There's gonna be at least one or two people who like go crazy or die in the first like 20 rounds of this. And
Is it really cynical to say that I'm thinking omelets, not thinking eggs?
I know.
Man,
like I totally get it.
Betterment of technology in society.
I totally get it. Like you gotta crash a few cars to put in the seatbelt law. We get it. True, I understand. And if
None of us
that's
have a
the thing.
crystal ball. We
That's
don't
where
know how this.
That's
is going
where
to
I'm
end
conflicted. Is like I trust Elon Musk to make the right decisions because he seems to be the only one like putting up the red flags for AI. And if he's doing this, that means he sees this as like the way out.
That's where my fear comes in, because we're looking at the fear from a completely different perspective. If Elon is so against our artificial intelligence, that's him having his finger constantly on the button, ready to push. Like,
I think this is him pushing the button.
we don't need a war with something that we create. Like, that's fucking foolish, isn't it?
I think he's trying to get ahead of it because right now we don't have like sentient AI that's like able to build a body for itself and create an army.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet. All we have is dumb AI. It's basically doing really complex calculations. But I think that he sees this as an opportunity to get ahead of the AI that can build an army for itself. You know what I mean?
Preventative measures make sense. At the same time, I'm also looking at this radically differently, where it's you want your children to do better than you.
Yeah.
Like, I think that if we come at it from a place of love and growth, think about creating something that develops independence and then helps build us up. Like, if we make something that's better than us,
100%.
that's on our side.
That's like a godlike figure that can, like, we input a problem and it outputs a solution.
I mean,
like, that would be the most...
I don't agree with Elon in the sense of...
But the thing is, something like that, I don't think... Something that intelligent, I don't think would want to be confined into a box is also the problem. So, what I think might be happening...
Preemptively striking? I don't like it.
I think what he's doing is he's basically creating something that it's a mix between the mark of the beast, but also our next advancement in human evolution. He's trying to be like the guy that pushes us into that next step of like becoming the higher beings that we want to be, rather than like he wants to make this commercially available like LASIK, is what he said in the presentation, which tells me that he wants everyone to have like the ability to get it.
I'm more worried about a human being in my brain than a robot. Humans are proven very fallible. So
yes.
if we have technology that can be implanted into our brain, having someone who is afraid of technology is not who I want putting the technology in my head.
Which is why I say give it probably 10 or 15 years, just to like let things kind of weed themselves out.
How the hell do we transition out of this?
I honestly don't know at this point.
Nintendo Switch Lite! Gotta love that technology!
Yes. Yeah, oh yeah, speaking, yeah. Bright fancy colors and noises and stuff.
It's essentially a Game Boy. I mean, let's be all the way real.
It's basically the Switch without the disconnectable controllers, and yeah, it's a Game Boy PS. It's the PS Lite or whatever.
It's so interesting to me that their biggest innovation was the Joy-Cons.
It's a Game Boy, yeah.
And they made a Switch without the Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
Like, it still can interact with Switches.
Sure.
So, from what I've been reading is that you can have up to 8 people, and it doesn't matter whether they're on regular Switch or Switch Lite, being able to game at the same time together.
I like that. I do like that.
It's cool. If you want to have your own little portable Game Boy, and
Yeah.
then you can have that Game Boy interact with whoever has a Switch.
Yeah, I think these are going to be running havoc in middle schools and high schools.
What gaming system doesn't?
Yeah, but kids, like, this is going back to Game Boys. Like, there's going to be like...
We always had, like, 3DSs and shit, though.
Good point, yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Run havoc on the schools. We all hate school anyway.
But yeah, so it comes out September 20th, and it's only going to be $200. So you drop $100 for essentially having your own Switch rather than a Switch you share with people.
That's not bad.
Nah, I mean, I don't have a Switch. I'd probably get that for my, Pokemon Sword and Shield rather than getting an out-and-out Switch. Since
I was actually looking at getting a Switch, and now I should just get that. What colors did they have? It was yellow, blue.
Turquoise. And
Oh, yeah.
Off blue and gray.
And
I'm not the
gray.
biggest fan of the colors, but I mean, whatever. It's an aesthetic thing.
I would just figure out how to take it apart and custom paint it, probably.
Right. Yeah. Make your own.
Anything else?
I would be remiss if I did not bring up Three from Hell. We finally have a trailer for Rob Zombie's
That's right.
latest installment. Yeah, in his
Yeah.
now trilogy of the Firefly family.
Yep.
Boy, am I excited! Because
Um,
I would have made so much money if I would have had people sign in writing bets. Because when Devil's Rejects came
is that
out,
going to be NC-17? I feel like it has to be.
I mean, it's a Rob Zombie movie, so it's going to
Yeah.
push whatever boundaries it's in.
It's going to do whatever the fuck it wants to do.
No,
yeah.
I was hell-bent certain that all of them survived that shootout at the end of Devil's Rejects.
Yep.
I was swearing up and down.
Yep, same.
Nobody believed me. Everyone's like, you're so dumb.
They're crazy. They didn't die.
They drove into a barricade of bullets. No, they're fine. No,
Yep.
they're fine and
Yep.
wreaking more havoc than
Yep.
ever. The trailer for Three from Hell is exactly
It's
what
because
you
they-
expect from Rob Zombie, expect from a Devil's Rejects sequel. I mean, and
They're so
it comes out-
evil that the devil doesn't want them. That's the whole thing.
comes out in 2 months. Comes
Oh,
out
shit.
September of this year.
Fuck.
Trailer looks great. Check it out. I'm super excited.
That's
I mean,
gonna be good.
If you've liked any of the other Rob Zombie movies, you are probably not going to be disappointed.
If you're
This looks
not a fan
right
of
up your-
gore and like extremely adult content,
then you were lost at the title Three from Hell.
you would. I would say that you should probably look at the title and decide from there because it is exactly what it sounds like. So, yeah, I'm excited. It should be exactly what I think it is, and that's what I'm going to pay to go see it for.
Mhm.
So, yeah. It's
Um,
like going to see Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know what you're going to get.
Right. But if you like Leatherface, if you like, all of the characters of your particular franchise,
yeah,
I can't wait to see Otis come back.
it's going to be so good. I miss that. I miss that clown.
Top Gun Maverick.
Ah,
Did you see the trailer?
what?
Oh,
There's
you
a
don't
trailer.
even know about?
There's a trailer.
Yeah. So I don't have really any memory of Top Gun aside from the volleyball scene. You know what I mean? Like the parody to death volleyball scene. But from the trailer, like I don't really give a fuck about the narrative because like the aerial everything, not even just aerial combat, just how much they showcase the flight.
All right, we're just gonna watch it,
Yeah. No, I mean.
and I'll just cut out.
Tom Cruise, again talking, very much stays in his lane. He does that action so well.
Combat medals, citations.
Looks good. Looks real good. That looks like it'll be a blast from the past. Basically, I'm excited.
Yeah. Again, I could not give a fuck less about the narrative. The aerial action
Just-
looks so good.
All of the camera angles and everything looks exactly what I want it to be.
Right.
I mean, I played the Top Gun game on Nintendo on the original NES,
Right.
and I never beat it, but it was one of my favorite games besides Mario. Like, what else? What other game were you shooting down Russians? And it was like the first, plane video game, like jet fighter video game, and
It's
yeah.
obviously a cash grab, but it's
Oh,
one that I would
100%.
one that I totally endorse, though, because technology has improved cinematography. I mean, everything. We're much better filmmakers now than we were.
Yes.
So this is going to be really
And that's one
cool.
argument I had. I actually went and saw The Lion King last night, and I have the same argument for that. Like, they did a shot-for-shot remake. And even if they do, like, narrative-wise for Top Gun, a shot-for-shot remake where, like, someone dies in the middle and... he has
Hit
to,
all the
like,
similar
they-
beats.
They hit all the similar beats. Even if they do that, I won't be mad because I know what I'm going into.
Mhm.
And that's why I don't like a lot of these people talking shit about The Lion King, because I went and saw it. I love The Lion King. I saw it about 50, 60 times as a kid, right? And it was a shot-for-shot remake. and all the actors that weren't in the original that are in this one, like obviously James Earl Jones is Mufasa, great, absolutely great. The way they animated the mouths moving, great. It was all perfect, and this even the musical scenes, they weren't too over the top. They were exactly what you wanted. It was beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah.
And that was it. And
Get what you pay for.
there were some little quips in there by like John Oliver's character on Zazu, and there were some other ones with Seth Rogen and the guy from Parks and Rec. I forget his name, but no, it was great. It was enjoyable, laughs, tears. Fucking, it was exactly what you would expect going in to see a remake of The Lion King.
Mhm.
Now, on that note, I am excited that they're not doing a musical for Mulan. A lot of people are going to be mad about that, and let me just explain my reasoning.
Right, okay.
So, I think what Disney's trying to do is they're trying to establish their dynamic portfolio. They're not trying to just remake all of them like they did The Lion King. They're trying to establish themselves as a more, like, yes, they'll do childish sing-alongs like Aladdin. That was a sing-along. You know what I mean? And then I'm sure Ariel or, Little Mermaid is also going to be a sing-along. But I want them to do more serious movies. And taking a serious take on Mulan, I think is the way to go.
So I'm gonna play both sides of the coin on this one, in that I'm very excited that they are doing something original.
Yes.
They're paying respect to the story
Yes.
of the culture.
They're
You know
still
what I
going to
mean?
do, like, the score is going to have all the, like, music
Mhm.
and stuff, but I think they're really sticking, since it's more of, like, a serious story, they want to stick more to, like, it being a serious movie.
Right. And it will always have the original. It's
Yes.
not like you won't be able to go back and watch the animation.
Yeah.
It kind of hurts me a little bit simply because of the fact that I loved Mushu. I loved the songs.
Like all the characters, I think, are still going to be there, but I think it's just going to be.
Do you think Mushu is going to be in it? Because
I think Mushu will
would
be in it, but
bet not.
as a unexpected, it might be some sort of spirit, is what I'm thinking.
I mean,
Because they did the spirit like thing at the beginning, so
Right.
it might be more of like the spirit of the dragon that like guides her, or it might be something that's attached to the sword. I'm
Uh-huh.
thinking, because they made like kind of like a deal about the sword, so it might be like the spirit attached to the sword that guides her. So it won't be like a real live action dragon, but it'll be like something that she sees. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
that's
but-
what I would think would be, and then she's gonna have the cricket, of course.
again, that's another bold assumption.
Yeah, I think
Wait,
it will.
From
I
the-
think she will.
From the trailer,
She can't not have the cricket.
Maybe. I don't know. Don't get it twisted. I'm very excited for this, and I'm going to see it regardless.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that I play both sides of the conversation, where that if they were to do this and then immediately follow, like the way that they Jungle Booked it, where they had
Yeah.
two different Jungle Books by two different
I
filmmakers.
know.
No,
like in the same year.
I
wasn't
would
it?
love to see a
Same
live
fiscal year.
action musical Mulan. I mean, but that's not to say that I'm not stoked on this movie. So
They might do something at the end.
time will tell. Time will
Yeah.
tell what.
I could see them doing
This
something
turns-
at the end with all the
If
fireworks
nothing
and
else,
everything.
that trailer, the choreography,
The
for
trailer
the
looks
action,
great.
the choreography looks so cool.
Yeah. All the actors look great. I mean, if they really wanted to go with the realistic, they should just do it all in Chinese and then just have subtitles.
You laugh, but I wouldn't be
But
opposed.
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Yeah, fuck
I
no.
know. I said that to my girlfriend when we saw the trailer, and she said that people would hate it because no one can read.
I mean,
But-
there's gonna be pockets of people that hate, just like, if you go the opposite way, you know what I mean. If you
Yeah.
have beat for beat the same, you're gonna have like the Lion King haters, where it's
Yeah.
like, you didn't do anything new, you didn't do anything innovative, like
You
there's-
just did the same thing,
No,
but
but
with better
that-
graphics and new
you
voices.
can't focus on what people aren't going to like. You
I
have
know.
to make the vision that you're setting out to accomplish.
Exactly. But no, it was good.
we could quickly gloss
Lion
over
King, at least. Yeah.
2 other movies.
Yeah.
We have a trailer for It 2 that comes out
Oh,
in
yep.
September.
I
Behind the
saw
scenes
that. That'll
thing
be
for
good.
the new Terminator, November 1st.
That's gonna be like an all-female one.
I can say in the same breath for both of them that they don't look disappointing,
No.
but I'm kind of at the point where I know I'm going to see it, so I don't really need any more trailers.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think I'm good with the one, maybe 2. Like,
Yeah.
maybe one more that shows, like, a little bit more footage, but I don't need much. You know what I mean?
right. We
We're
already
not
know what
trying.
we're getting into.
We're not
We
trying to decipher the Terminator trailer. You know what I mean?
Well,
As people were with like the Endgame trailer.
Yeah, I mean, just experience the movie. Let
Yep.
it unfold in front of you.
Just go, expect what you expect, and just enjoy it for what it is. And that's the thing is, I think a lot of people just want to be blown away every time they go to a movie because it's such an expensive like outing that when they're not like, oh shit, they're like, oh, that movie sucked. Why did I even go to it? I spent all this money.
Right.
So every time they go to a movie and they're not like physically out of their seat viewing the movie, they think it's not worth it,
Right.
which takes you out of the movie, I think, because how many thousands of people work on these movies and for so fucking long, and for someone to go there and just be like, oh, this movie sucks, just because you had to pay like $12 for the ticket,
I'm glossing over those two despite
and
the
it
fact
didn't,
that
and it didn't blow your fucking mind, bro.
I could have a lot more to say about each of these, but before we wrap things up,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Area 51.
No, I swear to God, I'm not going to talk about it.
There's no way I'm not doing it.
I swear. I mean, I don't know if I could even bring it up if that would be against the rules. But I'm not saying I haven't bought my ticket to to Vegas, not Area 51 specifically. I wouldn't ever say that I would be going to Area 51 on September 20th.
No, but this is a huge conversation.
And I
to be
never
had.
bought a ticket to Vegas. I swear to God, I wasn't part of that like 1,000 people or 3,000 people that bought tickets to Vegas for that weekend.
It's one of those things where it's being very much taken as a joke, but also something that can't be taken lightly because
I think people are gonna do it, and it's gonna be something. I think it's good. I mean, obviously, okay. I don't think I don't know. But I can tell you for sure that if there were any aliens or any spaceships there, they're not there anymore.
Right.
They have been moved to Area 52 or Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in, I forget the state. All I know is it's Wright-Patterson.
the big
Because that's the other one.
big takeaway here though is the fact that if this doesn't just turn out to be like a Burning Man where people go to party in the desert and then
Yo,
nothing
that would
actually
be
happens-
sweet.
No, I mean that's a potential possibility where everyone's just blowing smoke, making jokes,
Yeah.
and everyone who's going there is going to have an alien party in the desert.
I think
and
we
no
all.
one steps foot on the base. But if a single person steps foot on the base, there's no way we're walking out of that day without a casualty.
They're gonna be at least arrested. At least.
I don't think the people that would go there are going there unarmed. So if you have a single bullet fired from
Damn.
either
you're right.
side, there's retaliation.
You're very right.
Right. No, I mean, the government's goal would have to be non-lethal suppressant. But once you bring artillery from
Oh my God! It's
from
the fake alien invasion.
it,
No, have you ever heard about that?
no.
How the Illuminati is gonna like fake an alien invasion to like bring about the New World Order? The fake alien invasion. We looked at it all wrong.
Yeah, it's a very literal
It's us
translation.
invading the alien
The
base,
fake alien
the
base.
fake alien base,
Right.
but it's also a fake event. It's a joke.
Right.
The fake alien invasion.
There's a take on this that I haven't really seen, and that
Yo, if I'm right on this, I swear to God, I'm gonna shit myself. I will shit my own pants if I'm right on this. Okay, I'll take a bet.
a bet that the New World Order is about to come from the events of
I will take
September
a bet.
20th?
I will take all bets for this.
I'm very curious to see what I win from this bet. No, there's a take on this that I haven't really seen that I think people should be looking into because
Yeah.
so many people have been posting saying like, oh, all of these 1.5 million people that are talking about storming Area 51, why don't you go clean up the beaches or something like that?
Yeah.
I think that people should be more actively trying to plan because think about it in terms of counter programming at like a movie theater, where if you're going to see a certain movie and that movie is sold out,
Yeah.
what's left to go do? Or you know what I mean, like you want to take your kids to see a movie and this movie is available, but they want to see this movie. You know what I mean? Like
What if
counter programming could work in the sense that if all the people that are upset about the waste of bodies at this event
Yeah.
plan on the same day a different event?
I was gonna say, make this a distraction.
Yeah. No, that's 100. Like, you can have a lot of people in Nevada and then put a lot more people at a different location.
At maybe 3 different locations.
I'm just saying, people should be considering counter programming because
Yeah.
if you're blatantly making it very clear to the world what
That
your
you're going
intentions are,
to be there.
right?
You need to be like that. Can't be the real play.
Well,
The
and
real play is going to be happening.
there's no potential way that civilians are more prepared for this than the U.S. military.
Oh God, no.
So it's like, no matter what happens, people need to realize that this isn't the fight.
But I don't even think about like
This is not the fight to have.
the act of being a large group of people is that you don't exactly need a whole lot of planning. Like you need some sort of tactic, but not a lot. You basically just need like everyone split up into 4 groups. Group number 1, go that way when I tell you. Group number 2, go that way when I tell you. Group number 3, stay here. Group number 4, stay behind.
Listen, you can have 50 people with brass knuckles punching a tank, and that tank is not going to be hurt.
I agree. All of the Kyles are going to be very outnumbered.
No, I'm saying it does not matter what level of artillery that we would be able to bring to this. Theirs is better.
But do you really think that the U.S. military is going to fire upon
Fuck yes.
live rounds?
If
you realize
on
that
foot, like if they're
you do realize that
trespassing?
you do realize that literally means that they have something there.
No, it means that this is
Something they're willing to kill to protect.
This is domestic terrorism. This is our own people trying to attack our government, and the government isn't just going to let its people attack it. Like, again, they would try to have non-lethal means.
Now,
but
here's my
if you bring a
counter-
gun to a knife fight, well, I'm pulling
Now,
the
what if-
fucking strap.
Now what if everyone's not armed?
Simply by being there, you're putting yourself at risk. It is a conscious choice to go there, knowing how it could turn out. Like,
Here's my next argument.
if you go there, you
The
have to
US
expect danger.
The U.S. military is funded by taxpayer dollars.
Okay.
Technically, any and all property belongs to the American people.
That's such a wild thing to
if
say.
they ask to see what is at the base, they technically have every right to see it since they have funded it.
I think that's completely absurd.
Now, I get where people are like, no, we have to have secrecy with some things. No. I think we as a species are ready for full transparency. And
Right,
if
but this
you-
is such a
and if
wrong way to go.
you
about it.
have nothing to hide, then you have nothing to be afraid of. And just show us what you have. Now let's think about this
That's
whole
a really cool,
let's
interesting concept. Is what happens if all the people that show up on the 20th get welcomed to a tour? Because it's like you don't have to storm shit. Come on in.
We'll show you
nothing-
exactly what we have.
Right.
That would be the absolute right thing to do. If they have nothing to hide, then people should be allowed to have a tour. Have a tour day. See what we do here. If you have no secret information that you're trying to keep from the public,
Well, and secret information
should
is a
be-
very broad thing because I mean,
even
it
if
can
you
be
have
a military
if they
weapon
have
testing facility.
let me tell you this. If they have secret stuff there, it's not on the surface.
Right.
It's in the mountain. It's in the ground about 50 stories below the base. The thing you see on top of the base is the offices. It's for people that do get in to get lost in.
No, man, I mean, that makes plenty of sense, but then that also kind of drives a wedge in the argument of, okay, if you're going to storm the base, then what? You stormed an empty base, and then where are your secrets now? It's such a tough conversation to have because on a moral conversation, full disclosure should be a thing.
Yeah, 100%.
If,
I think
if there is
like,
knowledge of aliens, we should have
the
knowledge of
military
aliens.
is 100% funded by taxpayer money,
On the flip side, of
and
the
we
coin,
should know what our taxpayer money is going towards.
citizens should not attack our own country's soldiers. Like, that should not be taken lightly. I think that
I agree,
as much as it is a noble concept to try and like,
but this is
have
an
alien
interesting.
knowledge.
This is a very interesting way of putting the military-industrial complex on notice.
right.
It's kind of a way of saying like, hey guys, we have the power to organize.
But we're organizing at the wrong spot.
Yes.
We're organizing.
Just imagine.
in a very
Just imagine.
well
We're
armed.
able to.
That they
We're
know
able
we're
to
coming.
bring 1 million people together, 1 million plus people together, in under about what, 2 weeks, to a single location.
I don't think that anywhere near the amount of people that signed that petition would actually go.
It doesn't matter. It's the attention that it gets.
Mhm.
It's the actual attention that it gets. Doesn't matter. Like, as soon, like, the people that show up is the next step. But, like, getting the intention there is another thing. Because once you get the intention and the attention, then the intention, then there's something there. Now, if you can get 1.5 million people to organize on one location that is supposed to be a secret location, quote unquote secret location. Imagine what we could do if we really organized.
Yeah.
And not just by some joke and for meme quality.
No, and that's why I said the counter programming, because
Yeah.
we have a lot more than 1.5 million people in this country. So if we're counter programming, sending people to a worthwhile goal, I mean, not to say that full disclosure is not a worthwhile goal, but if it comes at the expense of a fruitless mission, like, because
Let me
it's
tell
hard
you-
to
let
not
me-
look at this as a fruitless
Let me
mission.
put it this way.
You attack
Sometimes
a
you got
military installation as a civilian force.
Let me put it this way. Sometimes you gotta crack a few eggs. You know, you just gotta crack a few eggs
You're
to make
talking about throwing your omelet on the ground.
I'm talking about free energy for the entire planet. I'm talking about interdimensional space travel. I'm talking about anti-gravity motors. I'm talking about technology that's probably thousands of years more advanced than us.
You're talking about taking out individual residencies rather than taking out public installations.
I'm
because
talking
the
about
people that
exposing
make
the
those
ideas.
decisions-
I'm talking about exposing them because we're ready as a species for those. As primitive as we do think we are, we're kind of ready for them.
There's a right and a wrong way to go about it, though. Is all I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, I agree, but at the same time, we gotta like put the fire under the asses of the people who are in charge a little, because we've been too reliant
Is
on.
it dumb to say that take the same people that are going to Area 51 and go to the White House and you'll have a much more fruitful endeavor?
No, I think you gotta hit them where they don't think that you'll go.
So you
Everyone
proclaim where you're going to go?
I think the White House is exactly where they want us to go, because then they can just keep us off the White House lawn. But
I mean,
if you
lawn
go,
as opposed to like miles and miles and miles of base.
if you go to the places, like, listen to me, the president and the White House is basically the man behind the curtain, right? It's the plate. Let me put it this way. Going to the White House is a symbolic gesture.
As is Area 51.
Going to the base is a...
You said it yourself. Everything would be at Area 52, or in the mountain, or at a location that no one knows by name. Like, you dropped a name of a different base. Nothing's at that base either. Anything worth having is not known to us. And it's a frustrating truth, but if you have the ultimate power of secrecy, then It doesn't matter where
then
you attack.
going. Yeah. See, here's the thing: is people know about the other bases. It's just this one, like going to Area 51, was just like, as far as all accounts are concerned, it's just a joke made by some guy who thought it'd be funny.
Mhm.
So, and Area 51, like, I'm sure he doesn't know about, Hangar 47 or whatever, and Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, and the base in North Dakota that's outside of the other base. And then there's the Montana base, and there's the Alaskan base,
Right.
and then there's the Antarctica base. So, like, Area 51 is the one that's so culturally relevant that, like, you could get 1.5 million people to be like, yes. So,
I think our
once,
Venn diagram here
let's see
is
what
the fact that we
next,
deserve betterment for all of the species.
Oh, yeah. I want, like, if we have technology that could advance the human species, I say give it to us. Like, no one was going around when we were cavemen being like, no, you can't have fire, only I can have fire because I'm better than, I'm the leader of this pack. I'm the only one who's allowed fire.
I guess.
Like, fire is the tool to bring about the next stage of our evolution. And if we're being kept from fire because people want to make fucking money off oil and extracting, like, resources from the ground when we have unlimited energy in a ball.
But what I'm saying is trying to take out a base
that's making
to try and
that's
reshift
making
the entire
that's-
culture.
well.
'Cause, I mean,
Let's put it this way:
Fundamentally
if we are
changing
if we are using
like,
if we are burning
economic
fossil
structure.
fuels, yes, that's what I'm saying. Is if we are burning fossil fuels, we are a slave to those fuels.
Mhm.
Now, if the people who own the rights to those resources,
Redistribution of wealth would be a great concept.
it's not even redistribution of wealth. Like, you wouldn't.
Knowledge wealth. If everyone knows everything, it's redistribution of knowledge.
Yes, and that's different than wealth.
And knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
I mean,
Power is not wealth. Wealth is just paper money that is perceived as power because it's the thing that has been used as power or used as a tool of power. This podcast got oddly political. So
no, man, it's as simple as
we're at an hour, so
yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah. So on that
The
note,
overall message.
the overall message.
Strive for better.
Strive for better.
Stay in your lane.
Do what you want. Stay in your lane and
Know what you're doing.
Do the thing to the best of your ability, and we'll see you guys at Area 51 on the 20th. So,
Yeah, okay.
my name is John Tubbs.
Keegan Logball. Make sure you check us out at all the social medias. We're at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Feel free, if you're on this video, give us a like, a share, subscribe.
Be sure to hit that bell icon below and leave a comment, and we might mention your comment in the next podcast.
Yeah, can't emphasize that enough. Let us know what you want us to talk about. We are all ears, and we would love to give you guys a shout out on the show if you want to let us know what should we talk about next.
Exactly.
Hey, man. Love you
All right.
guys.
Yep. Have a good one. See you in the next one.